Alright everybody, welcome back to UFTA Premium, and in this example, this very wild example that I've set up here, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss what are the outer limits as far as scoring goes. Scoring in UFTA is very varied. There's really just too many circumstances, too many permutations that I could possibly cover it all in one sitting, but I thought we would try for the outermost parameter first, and that would be what's the highest scoring opportunity available. And so here we have an interesting case where we're going to do our best to score every possible advantage, every possible bonus that's available in the game multiple times. But I still haven't quite figured it out, so whatever setup I have here, I could easily come up with something new. But we're just going to go with what we have right here. My thinking is that the highest score would probably be a combination of the undercut crop, the UFTA, and the two-crop combo working in combination, right? Now, how can you possibly do that? Well, you would need some serious advantages on your side. Trading house probably needs to be present. High tunnel is a must. This doesn't work without the high tunnel. Having a greenhouse helps in a big way in case somebody wants to move everything as you're harvesting or prior to harvesting. And then, of course, having the farm crew, having zero cost of production once you've acquired the labor that you need, right? And so, in this particular case, what we're looking at is essentially repeating the two-crop combo at least 6 times in a row. And why is it 6? Well, because there's 2 crops per every time you harvest. There's 2 crops every time you harvest, but there's a maximum number of crops you can have in the field. If you own the high tunnel, then you can have potentially 12 crops. And so every time we bring in a 2-crop combo, we're left 2 crops down every time we harvest. And so that's kind of how that works. And so let's just see this in operation. It'll make sense once you see why this works the way it does. Essentially, you'll notice that the crops that we have decided to choose are in the best positions in the farmer's market. We have the 12 and the 6 and the 11 and the 5. And just watch as we harvest, you'll see how you can maximize those profits with every potential harvest. Okay, so we're gonna begin with our top spots. We're gonna do the 2-crop combo on carrots and peas. Notice that the carrots are eligible not only for undercut crop but UFTA as well. So we're loving that. So we have carrots and peas for harvesting. We have 60 tokens that go to the carrots. And now we figure their place in the market. It's also eligible for an UFTA, so 12 plus 7 is 19. Okay. And then over here we have peas. So we're going to take 5. That balances out. And so, because it's a 2-crop combo, we're going to double this amount. That's easy enough to figure out, right? So we would take 1 more of each of these. That's easy. Okay. And now, here's what's really interesting. Flooded the markets with carrots and peas, so they both bump down 1 spot. Okay. Now that we've done this, we have radishes and kale in the top spot, which we happen to have planted thanks to the high tunnel. So they are ripe and ready in the market. So we're going to grab some radishes and kale. Okay, so we have 12 and 6 respectively, and they are grown on their right spot. So they don't have UFTAs, but they do get an additional bonus of 3 points for that particular harvest. So that would give me respectively 15 and 9, just 24 tokens. So that's very nice. Okay, moving on. Now you'll notice that our the previous crops that we bumped down are now back in the top spot, so we're going to harvest those again. So we have carrots and peas again for another massive score. And you'll notice that here's a very important point to make. The undercut crop is still available because we're still harvesting on the same turn. It's not like we're doing multiple harvests. This is a one-time harvest. It just happens to be that we have multiple iterations of that particular crop. And so we are going to be swimming in hunger tokens. So we have carrots and peas. Alright, so that takes care of that. That's that harvest. These move down. And lo and behold, there's our radishes and kale again. So again, these are planted on the right spot, respectively. So the bonus of 3 points available. So we get 15 and 9 again, which is 24. And now you're seeing the pattern, right? So here's 20. And this is the kind of thing where, you know, there might not even be enough tokens printed, but the likelihood of you pulling this off is very, very low. Believe me, this is not easy to do. So yeah, in this particular score, we used up all of our 30 tokens. But we changed out the amounts. So the king owns a lot of gold, right? Yeah, it's pretty good to be the king. That's a Mel Brooks for you. Yeah, it's good to be the king. Okay. So 1, 2, 290. Alright, so for my final tally, in this particular configuration, I get 295. So that's a fairly high score. You know, 295 in one particular harvest. Let's go ahead and remember that and see if we can't beat that in another configuration, right? So, yeah, what do you think about that? Thank you, everyone, and I hope this was illuminating, to say the least.